Did you know that only 24 schools, high schools in the United States has a personal finance requirement? Seems a little low to me. No wonder our young adults do not know how to manage money. And you may say, oh, you know what, Dorethia? They're supposed to learn that from their parents. But how many adults can't really teach their kids because they're not that financially literate themselves, right? We all had to learn. My hand is raised, okay? And it seems to me that that young adult age group, that 18 to 25, is often left out of discussions about learning how to manage your money. Because everybody thinks they have time. But the truth is, they need to get started as early as possible. So today, we are going to talk about. I am Dorethia Kelly, the founder of Money Chat, and welcome to Dorothea's Money Chat. We are going to talk about the 5 things, and we're just going to touch a little bit today, the 5 things that everyone 18 to 25 should do right now, today, when it comes to their finances. So grab the young adult in your life, grab the young adult in your family, and let's dive in. All right, number 1, every young adult should get a will legally drafted. Now, I know they may be saying, I'm 18, I don't have that much, everything my parents buy, or I just haven't had a chance to get anything because I'm still young. I just got out of high school, right? Just starting my life outside of school. And that's all well and good. But the truth is, you still want to look into getting a will. Now, I know, maybe you have assets in the bank. Maybe you have property that someone has gifted to you, another adult, another one of your family. Maybe you have some inheritance coming, some other things. And even if you have none of those things, you still want to do a will. Create a will that will tell people what you want to have done with your assets. If you have a car, what do you want done with your car? And there are a few places where you can get a will done for about $200, $250. With all the hustle economy we have out here, I know you can gather $250 to get a will done. But the key to this is understanding that this shows people where you want things to go, who you want to have. Maybe you have some things you want to give to somebody. Don't think that you're too young. You want to draft a will. And I'll tell you, until I talked to an estate attorney, I probably was with you with they're 18, they don't need one. But when you talk to an estate attorney, they will tell you all the details as to why, once you become an adult, you should get a will. So that's number 1. Number 2, you want to get a medical and financial power of attorney. While the goal of having a will is for you to tell people where you want your assets, your belongings. The medical and financial power of attorney tells people what to do when you are incapacitated, when you are unable to tell them what you want done. So for instance, and this example can go for both situations, medical and financial power of attorney. If something happens to you and you're in an accident and you can't talk or speak, the medical and financial power of attorney, also called POA, tells people what you want done, who is in charge of your money and your medical decisions while you cannot make those decisions for yourself. That is why you need that. So definitely everyone at the sound of my voice, everybody watching, get a POA. And you get a medical and a financial. Often attorneys will do them both at the same time. That's how we got ours done. Both were done at the same time. It was $250 for both. So that's just an average. Don't pay too much. Like I just don't want anybody to get ripped off, but find you a reputable attorney, get a medical and financial POA. Yes, there are all kinds of online legal places where you can get a will and a POA. LegalZoom is one. There are some other ones. Just make sure you read the fine print and make sure you understand what's going on. I know all my attorneys watching, they're like, no, don't do that. But listen, people have to do what they have to do. I love y'all and I love them. So we have to do what we have to do until we can actually get an attorney and hire an attorney. So if you're just not able to hire an attorney right now, Yes, check out some of these other online opportunities, online apps and things that you can use, tools. Just don't trust everything you read. Please make sure you're reading the fine print. Make sure everything is legit for your state that you live in if you go that route. But if you can work with an attorney, it's like $250, maybe $300. Ask around. I'm sure somebody will refer a good one for you. All right. The next thing is you need to purchase life insurance or ask your parents if they are still carrying life insurance on you. If they are, look at the policy. You know, they'll say they are, and you'll say yes, good, and you'll go on about your business. But you need to check in every now and then and make sure it hasn't lapsed for non-payment. Here's the other thing. Whatever they're paying for that, if you're working, maybe you offer to pay for your own life insurance policy because they're 9 times out of 10 getting a lower rate than what you maybe would get. Keep it, but maybe offer to pay them for it. But that's a sidebar you can talk to with your parents, or maybe it's no big deal. You take advantage of this last little perk while you're still a young adult. But you want to have life insurance. Again, you might say, well, I don't have any kids, or I don't have this and that. Why do I need life insurance? Someone is going to have to bury you if something happens, and you don't want that burden to be on your family. Your parents, your loved ones, they're going to be in mourning as it is. And if they don't have a life insurance policy on you, you are young, you can go out and get a cheap term life insurance policy that will cover your burial, $10,000 to $15,000, $20,000, and you're done. Until you get older and you want to buy a more expensive policy, maybe you want to leave money for your family, all this kind of thing. But at 18 to 25, please, please, please get a life insurance policy. And if you are in this age range and you have children, I was a young parent, you must have life insurance, because whoever it is that's going to take care of your kids when you're gone, they're going to need money to do it. And you know, we want our kids to be taken care of. So if our kids, that takes money. You don't want anyone taking care of your children to be left with nothing, because then your children won't be taken care of that well. So if you are a young adult and you have kids, get life insurance and leave that money with somebody that you trust. All right. Next up, start your 401k or your IRA. You must take advantage of the compounding that is available to you at this age. Like, you can start now and be so set by the time you're 30, 35, because you've got 10, 20 years to save. So I know that you may be in a position where you're like, well, I'm just trying to pay my bills. Listen, get on the good foot fast so that you can take advantage of your youth. There's a saying, and when I was 18, 19, I didn't understand it, but I get it now. It says youth is wasted on the young. And the reason that's said is because there's so much you don't know between 18 and 25 that by the time you're 40, you're like, man, if I'd known what I know now back then, oh, it would be golden. But it's all good. You're learning. You're watching this video, so you're learning and you're going to grow from there, and your youth won't be wasted on the young. So start your 401k, get an IRA, get started. I don't care if you start with a small sum and just put $20 in there every time you get paid. And if you're working at a job, definitely look into what they match. So that's a whole nother video. All of these could be a video in and of themselves, which I'll do, but I just wanted to get this out so you all can know what you need to work on and think about right now in your finances as a young adult, age 18 to 25. Now, here's another little bonus tip. And let me see. Whoever is the beneficiary on your accounts, don't let it be your boyfriend or girlfriend, okay? Let it be somebody that you trust. Boyfriends and girlfriends go. But what we often don't realize is that if you put them down on your paperwork now, and 5 years from now, you forget that you put them on your paperwork, they're still there. If something happens to you, they reap the reward. And I'm sure we don't want an ex to have that benefit. We just forget paperwork. So choose somebody that you trust that will be in your life long term. That is not a boyfriend or girlfriend. Just a little sidebar. And lastly, number 5, learn how to manage money. You must learn how to manage your money. I am going to drop in the notes a resource for you. You honestly can go to DoretheaKelly.com/5 steps and get a free training, quick video where you can learn how to manage your money so that your youth won't be wasted on the young. Learn these things now so that you're steps ahead of somebody who didn't learn until they were 40, who didn't learn until they were 50. Okay. So those are the 5 steps. Share with your friends, anybody in this age group who you know could benefit, because each one reach one, and we are on this journey together, leveling up together. All right. Listen, subscribe, share, and make sure you follow on all social. I will see you next time.